Emma's a beautiful young 21-year-old who loves music, loves to dance.
No.
Emma happens to have Down syndrome. She also happens to have a mild form of autism laid over that and a hearing loss, and she was born with a cleft palate. So the combination of the hearing loss, the cognitive issues with the Down syndrome and the cleft palate mean Em's got challenges with speech. If Emmy could read or write, everything would be all right. But she can't. She can't read or write.
You finished now? Okay.
I was working for the Justice Department a number of years ago, and I was visiting homes where people with disability lived. And I came to this particular house for the first time, and a young Down syndrome girl came out and she was calling out, "Mum, Mum." And she saw me and she was most upset that I wasn't Mum. When I asked the support worker there, "What's this about?" she explained that the girl's mum had died some 5 years earlier and that she was still very grief-stricken and traumatised. It made me realise that when I finished work that day, I was going home to my daughter and that I needed to think way ahead and plan for her life way beyond my death. What I strive for is for Emma to be like any other 21-year-old, stand alone on her own 2 feet and earn her own living. When she was at school, they used to sometimes take them to the office and do office skills. And Em wasn't interested in anything except using the shredding machine. I wrote letters and sent them out to businesses, hundreds of letters. But the only response I did get was from a lovely man called Steve Schofield at the credit union.
The part that stood out for me was that Jo was making a very heartfelt point that she needed to find a way for Emma to have a place in the community and make a difference, and that she was doing everything she could to lead Emma down a path of being independent. Her enthusiasm with shredding and the fact that she couldn't read made her the perfect candidate for something that we also had a need for, which is to have someone do our shredding.
We were driving around in the car one afternoon, Emma and her dad and I, and we were just sort of mucking around thinking of silly names for the business. And she had just finished watching Ninja Turtles. And I said, "What about Master Shredder?" And she loved it. And she went, yeah, that's me, like she is now. So that's how the business came about, and that's how the name came about. To see her now actually saying hello to people, sharing little stories about herself on the iPad and getting so excited about it, and she jumps up and down and goes, "It's me, it's me, it's me." And so it's lovely to see that, and it's nice to see her knowing the routine, wanting to go to work.
Because I got to use my new shredder for the first time.
It was amazing how little effort we needed to input to be able to have such a great outcome for Emma and her family and our organisation.
I just cannot speak enough about how gratifying as a mum that is to see my daughter want to get up and go to work and feel fulfilled that she's doing something, that she's helping and making a difference in her own life, making her way like any other 21-year-old.